In today's society, there are many controversies. The legality of marijuana has just recently resurfaced and is a huge topic of debate, and it has been for a very long time. For centuries, the marijuana plant was legal and had many different purposes, including medical. Today, there are many views on this subject, and many people believe that it should be legalized, and all you got to do is tax it to make money to help the government. What they aren't thinking about, though, is the long-term effects. The long-term effects of this drug are very detrimental to society. And after my speech, I would hope that you guys understand the harmful and detrimental effects of marijuana, and I would like to persuade you guys to agree with my viewpoint. Although medical marijuana should be legal for patients with a prescription, I believe that marijuana should be illegal because of its own negative impact on society and the detrimental effects on the human brain when abused. To make a valid decision on the legality of marijuana, we need to know a little bit about its history. According to the 6th edition of the Columbia Electronic Encyclopedia, the marijuana plant has been around for centuries and cultivated for mainly its hemp. Now, hemp is used for very many different things, such as medications, cooking, oil, lotions, shampoo, paper, cloth, and the actual drug part of this plant is on the female plant, it's the flowers. Now, the flowers have THC, which create the euphoria of the high. According to Schaffer Library of Drug Policies, in 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act led to the federal outlaw of this drug. And the first state to outlaw this drug was California. Marijuana was originally outlawed due to many and various murders committed and crimes committed while these criminals were under the influence of marijuana. After California, all the other states, based on their own encounters, also outlawed the drug. In 1970, due to newer studies, marijuana was labeled a Schedule I drug, the most dangerous type. And these studies helped us know that marijuana has an addictive chemical, and if it's used excessively, that it can cause abuse and have an undesirable effect on society. But many people who are for the legalization of marijuana perceive this drug as non-addictive. They use this myth to enhance their campaign for the legalization. But according to the Cambridge University Press in 2006, their federal funded research facility said that gave them substantial scientific evidence for the addictive properties of marijuana. Now, first of all, their studies show that the euphoria induced by THC can be very addictive, and that between 2 and 3% of Americans who try marijuana become addicted within the first 2 years, and about 10% who try it become addicted at one point or another. The University of Maryland Center for Substance Abuse did a study on the drug choice for Americans seeking treatment for addiction, and it found the percentage of the people who marked marijuana as their drug problem more than doubled, from 7% to 16% in the late 90s. Now, not only is marijuana highly addictive, but it has a potential impact on society is very detrimental. As stated in the article, The Legalization of Marijuana, the Potential Impact on Youth, many say that alcohol and tobacco are a lot safer than marijuana. But even if this is true, why would we want to legalize another highly addictive drug that would cause more people to fall into more substance abuse? I mean, if we did, we'd only be setting ourselves up for failure, and especially the youth of this country. Legalization means easier access, therefore higher possibility of adolescent abuse and adult abuse. Now, marijuana has tons of purposes, including medical. So the medical purpose, which should definitely be taken advantage of in our society, is definitely something that can help a lot of people. But like any other helpful drug, it can cause harm if abused. Now, according to an article written by Joff and Yancey in 2004, marijuana has been taming certain symptoms of various diseases. It helps relieve tons of stuff such as chemotherapy-induced nausea. It helps maintain the wasting of anorexia associated with AIDS, and decreases the intraocular pressure, or the pressure in the eyes, in glaucoma. And it helps maintain the muscle spasticity and the twitchiness in such conditions as multiple sclerosis, which is an autoimmune disease in the brain. I believe that marijuana should only be legal with a prescription. Because of its usefulness in maintaining the symptoms of certain diseases, prescriptions actually help decrease the risk by abuse by patients and society. Because without a prescription, they can't get more marijuana or more of their drug because they need a doctor's signature. Now, if we can visualize the destructive effects of the long-term marijuana users on their brain and their body, we can find tons of reasons to vote against marijuana use and legalization. In an article called The Marijuana Menace by A. Dumas, it informs us of the American Journal of Pharmaceutical Education's findings. Now, these findings show the effects of marijuana on the brain. Now, the principal effect of the drug is upon the brain, and it causes the brain to lose power of directing and controlling thought. Now, in continuous use in large amounts, there's no doubt produces mental deterioration in many cases. Now, those who indulge in its use habitually eventually develop a delirious rage, and after its administration, it causes various brain damage also. During this time, people are at least temporarily irresponsible and prone to criminal activity. Now, long-term users are prone to very many diseases, and especially mental diseases. And in this slide right here, it shows the mood and anxiety disorders among respondents with marijuana dependence. And as you see, any mood disorder is very high on this scale. And this scale is due to the National Institute of Health in 2011. Now, marijuana contains known toxins and cancer-inducing chemicals which are stored in fat cells and for long periods of time and remain dormant. Now, scientific research relates marijuana use to damaged respiratory systems, brain cells, and the THC in the marijuana also have been directly linked to pregnancy failure and sudden infant death syndrome, and also behavioral and abnormal defects of the offspring. And it also has decreased hormones in both sexes. In the end, marijuana should be used for nothing but medical purposes. It has too many complications. If marijuana is legalized, and its abuse rate will rise tremendously, and therefore causing public health to be in jeopardy. Why would we put something in society that causes so much more harm than good? We shouldn't, for the sake of our health, for the sake of the future generations' health, say no to legalization. Thank you.